Are you looking for the perfect pattern for your batik fabric?
Well, we've got some that we think are the best. Keep watching.
Hi, it's Fran Morgan.
And I'm Hannah with Fabric Café.
We have 8 great patterns today to use your batik fabrics. So let's get started and show you the first one. Our very first pattern is Jigsaw. Now, Jigsaw is one of my favorite patterns, and I love it because it just has so much motion across the front of the quilt and so much energy, and this is perfect for your batiks. Let me show you. So we have a great fabric kit to start with, and I don't know about you, but batiks are for sure one of my favorite fabrics to work with. And these are no exception. So this is a gorgeous blue. Now we've picked our focus here. Now sometimes on batik it can get a little tricky picking your focus. All you got to do is pick your favorite one. That's all you have to do. This one is my favorite, so we've picked this as the focus. It is going to go where the red is. And then our number 2 fabric here, which blends beautifully with the leaves here, wow, that will go in the background, which is the number 2. And then our number 3, this gorgeous brown, and of course it looks great with the blue as well. That will go everywhere the blue is here and on the border. So it is just so much fun.
Yeah, I love how the companion pieces pick up all of the colors that are within the leaves.
It really does. And I think with batiks, it's so great because it's just this lush color play of fabric.
Yeah, you've got so much to use.
It's so rich. So this one is 8022319. It is called Leaf Silhouette, and the pattern is Jigsaw, which is available in the Modern Views book, and it's also available as an individual pattern.
Well, I'm going to show you the next one. So this next one is Dreamweaver, and I really like this one, and I think it works really well for batiks because you have such a strong design, and batiks have this rich, beautiful color, so it just makes it really intricate. So let's put that on the table and talk about it.
Hannah, I think you made such a great point about the fabric, the patterns that we've chosen here, is the patterns themselves have great, strong design to them. And the pieces are not like these huge pieces, so whenever you put your batiks in them, the colors blend so beautifully. So tell me more about this.
All right, so on this quilt, we've got our beautiful butterflies, which are going to be on this strip right here with the little bubbles. Then you have this kind of like a leaf, but picks up all of the greens and the blues on here, and that'll be your background. And so because that one's so much lighter than your focus and your dark, which is this beautiful green bubble, it's really going to have that strong contrast.
Which is really great for batiks too, but it's interesting because batiks, even though there's a lot of contrast in the fabric, there's so much variance in the relief part, I guess is what you would call on a batik, and it just looks so great. So I love this.
Well, the kit information on that one is Afternoon Flight 8022320, and that is the Dreamweaver pattern, but that is only available in the Quick as a Wink book. So an alternate we suggest is Rail Fence.
So on this one, we have Diamond Dust. Now this one's kind of a unique pattern. We have actually put this together with half rectangles. If you've never done a half rectangle, it's great. We've also got a great tutorial for you on our website, so check that out. But as you can see here, we've got these half rectangles put together. Nice big spaces to really look at that focus batik. Let's check out the kit.
I love this one, all of the purples, and it's got that bright pop in it too.
It's very, very rich. I mean, purple is just one of those colors that, how can you not like purple?
I know. Probably my favorite color, actually.
Absolutely. So this is really fun too. Like you said, it has that great pop. So our focus fabric here is going to go in this bigger diamond area here. So it's going to have lots of color to show on that one. And then our number 2 is this gorgeous, yummy, kind of a gold yellow. It's almost buttery. It's not like that real harsh gold that sometimes that I see. This one's really nice and warm. And that's going to go in the background here. And then our number 3 fabric, perfect purple to go on the other parts here on the border and on the background. And you can see how beautifully the purples go together. So this is a little different pattern, I think, for our batiks because it is a little bit more showy. And with batiks, you can get with a smaller block, but this one's a bigger and it's going to look great. So
and I think something fun about Diamond Dust too We have lots of contrast between the 1 and the 3, but if you ever have a batik kit where your number 1 and number 3 are kind of similar colorways and you want both of them to get equally equal play, yeah. This is a really good pattern for that because they're framed by the number 2. So it really causes this like pop for both fabrics.
That is such an excellent point. I just love that. All right, this kit, Amethyst Garden is the name, and the number is 8022321, and the pattern is Diamond Dust from the Modern Views book, and it is also available as an individual.
Next we have Gallery, and this is probably one of my favorite patterns because it's so intricate and but super easy to put together. So let's look at that on the table.
I love this fabric.
I do too.
How can you not like a batik? It just seems like every one is just as beautiful as the next.
I agree. Well, you have so many color options in it. It's just, this one, there's blues and greens and yellows and our focus, and you just have so much depth. So this is your focus, which is our red, and it's got that, like I was saying, all those colors in it. That's gonna go in your focus, which is your little block here, and as well as your border, so it's really gonna pop and show off.
Very nice.
Then we picked up the blues in it to kind of really show off this red. Now, I never knew about batiks until I got to Fabric Café, but I've been learning and I love them, and I sewed with them for the first time the other day. So if you are afraid to do batiks, I highly recommend them because sewing it was just like butter.
It's very luxurious.
It went together so easy.
Yes.
So if you're intimidated, jump in there. You'll love it. Our number 2 is this beautiful blue, kind of bubbly, which will be your white, framing your focus. And then we have this really nice dark blue, which will really cause everything else to pop.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things I want to mention here is I know we've talked about a lot of the color play with batiks and how they just meld together beautifully. But if you have a pattern like this and you want the definition of the pattern, one of the things that you can do is pick a batik that's like on the opposite side of the color wheel, or that looks great, but here we have a red and a blue, which are totally different, instead of a red and an orange or pink or something like that. So we've gone totally opposite so that you'll really see the great pattern that is here.
Well, your kit information on that is 8022322 Bohemian Skies. And that is in the Gallery pattern. And that is in the book Modern Views, or available as an individual.
Oh wow, we have ribbons next. I just love this pattern. Talk about movement in a pattern. It just has this great movement all the way down, and it kind of looks like there's ribbons twisting on the surface of the quilt here. And this is a really simple pattern to put together. Maybe we can get our cropping tool out and show you that as well. But let's check out the fabric kit. Oh, now this is gorgeous. Isn't this lovely? So my favorite colors are green and blue, and this is interesting because we just talked about being opposite kind of contrast on the color wheel for batik so that you can get the interest. But this one, it kind of is one of those that all melds together, and I just love it. So we have our gorgeous green here that's got a lot of kind of golds in it, and that is going to go in the number 1 position, which is here where this blue is. Then our number 2, nice contrast, nice and bright so that you'll see the green, goes everywhere the beige is on this one. And then our number 3, of course, our dark, also contrast nice, but kind of the same color family a little bit. And that is going to go everywhere you see the green here. And Hannah, would you get the cropping tool for me? Because ribbons is a very interesting quilt. It's actually a very simple block put together over and over again with different colors. So I know it's kind of crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first show you just the unit here. And you can see that we have a rectangle right here. And then we have a half square triangle sewn on the end. Very simple, very easy to do. Now all we're doing is repeating that unit over and over again in the different colors. So it's very simple to put together.
Wow.
Then we simply put 2 together to make the block.
And just rotate it.
And it's rotated.
Wow.
So it looks like a very complicated pattern, but it really isn't. But it makes that great look So everyone's going to think you work so hard.
And what a good one for batiks too, because it's got, like we were saying, all of that movement. And since the colors, you have so much different colors in your batiks, each block will kind of look different.
It will, and it
makes it look exciting.
It is exciting. I love it. You know how those, okay, I'm going to tell through those commercials where the ladies throw the flour in the face to make it look like they've worked hard on dinner.
Oh, uh-huh.
So we just need to keep a little bag of strings, then we can throw them on our clothes.
Yeah, there you go. We work so hard.
We work so hard on this. All right, let's tell you about this fabric kit. It is Bayside Retreat, and it is 8022323. And it is from Quilts on the Double, which is our ribbons pattern, and we're giving an alternate of Jigsaw.
Next we have Chain Reaction, and this one is really fun and a little bit different. So let's put it up here and let you see what's going on.
Now, Hannah, this is yet another pattern from our book, Modern Views.
That's true.
So this has been a fantastic book, and it's got all these great quilts in it, and these are really suitable for batiks. I think it's fabulous, and we have a great deal. So instead of getting the individual pattern with your kits, if you buy 3 kits, you can bypass the individual patterns and get the free book, Modern Views, or any book of your choice.
That's an awesome deal, especially if you're really into the batiks. This would be a great deal for you.
It's a perfect patterns and perfect book for batiks.
Well, and speaking of, so this one is from Modern Views. So this big block right here is actually your number 2. So I think that's a really fun aspect of this quilt. It allows your number 2 in its lightness to kind of pop and gives the design a lot of weight.
Right, and so that it looks like that the chain links are kind of sitting on the surface.
This one, I think this kit is just gorgeous. It's got the purples and blues.
Yes.
So this is your number 1, which is where this orange is. So you still see it a lot, and it frames your number 2 so that it really pops off the surface. And then you've got your number 2, which we've got all these circles, which is going to go in here, and you'll get to see all of that detail.
Love that. Love that. Oh, wow. And look at the contrast of number 3.
So that's going to be your green. You can see how well that goes with our number 1 as well.
That is going to look so good.
And I think Chain Reaction is kind of a fun one if you have a fabric that you want to really show off, but it's really light and you want to use it as a number 2. Like, this is a good way to be able to use those lighter fabrics. I think it's
that's
kind
a great
of a focus.
point. That is a great point, because sometimes we do have those lighter fabrics that even might have a smaller print, and it needs to be a secondary and not the primary or focus. That's a perfect place for it. Great pattern.
All right, well, your information on that one is 8022324 Moody Blues.
Oh.
And your pattern is Chain Reaction. That's available in Modern Views or as an individual.
So our next pattern for all those lovely batiks is called Dominique. And this one's fun too, because this is the same block made over and over again in different fabrics, and they're turned, so it creates this really fun little design right here in the middle. We've got some great fabric. Let's check it out. So, oh wow, look at this. Green. Next to purple, greens are probably my favorite. It's kind of hard to say, isn't it?
I know. It just depends on the day.
What is your favorite color? Let us know what to quilt with, because I know that sometimes I'll get going and I want this color or I want that color, and then I'll do something very unusual and I'm loving it too. So it's hard to pick a favorite. So this is great. All of these leaves on the surface of this green here, and this is your focus, and it will go here in this block. And then our number 2 is kind of like an opposite of our focus here, which is kind of cool. It's got the gold in the background. And in this case, our number 2 kind of acts like a double focus.
That's
true. So it's going to go here in these blocks. And so you can see half of it, it's like opposites. And I think that's really cool. And then our number 3 here, this makes me think of raindrops on the pond or something.
Oh, yeah.
and rocks with our leaves, and I just love it. And it picks up all those nice golds in our number 2 as well. And what's weird is when you put that green down, you see the green in this one. So, and they just look great. Our number 3 is going to go all in this sashing here and on our little play here on this block. So
So pretty.
Just so fun, so fun. And this kit is called a Fern Galley. Nope, that is not right. Fern Valley. And the number is 8022167. The pattern is Dominique from the Modern Views book.
This is the Illusions quilt, and this one's really fun because you get a lot, you have all of these different blocks and you see all of the colors a lot. So let's put this up here and show you what we picked. So we have some that are kind of in a similar colorway. So this is going to be your focus. And on this quilt, we actually, when it was made, this cream is the focus.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. Okay.
You get to decide how you want your quilt to look, basically, because any 3 yards works in any position.
That's right. So you pick what you want for your focus, and then we look at the remaining 2 to choose our positions 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And this is great because really all 3 positions have equal weight. So all 3 positions are going to be highlighted beautifully.
Yeah. So basically, you can, and for this one, you can see what do you want as your border. And then you can go from there.
That's a great point. Yeah. You're right.
So this one will be everywhere you see the cream. And then we've got this blue, which I love this blue. It's got all of these different colors within it, like all these pinks and purples and burgundies.
There's that blue just right here that picks it up perfectly.
So nice. And then you've got this burgundy, which I'm a fan. I like dark, moody colors, which you wouldn't think because I'm wearing a lime green sweater.
It goes back to we like every color, yeah. I think.
Exactly. And that one, you can see it picks up in this number 2, all of the little burgundies, as well as, wow. I'm not as good at flipping it as Donna and Fran is. You can see it picks up in the burgundies and the flower too.
Wow. That is fabulous. And I can really see that in that pattern. I think that will look really, really good.
And your kit information on that is 8022325 Beaded Bouquet. And that is the illusion pattern from Modern Views, or available as an individual.
Yeah. I love looking at all the beautiful colors on the batiks, and I love all of the patterns that we are able to use with them. And what's really cool is all the smaller blocks and things like that work so beautifully with the batiks. So this was fun.
Yeah. If you have a favorite pattern that you like to use with batiks, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Absolutely. And don't forget, be sure and hit that subscribe button and share with your friends. And if you'd like more interesting content like you've seen here today, be sure and hit the bell and we will notify you every time we put a new video up. So it's Fran Morgan,
Hannah
with Fabric Café. Thanks so much.